What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. Today we'll talk about what Garth had to say about the throwing the Olympic Committee under the bus, the International Olympic Committee under the bus for not reimbursing Islanders. It was bullshit what he said, and because Tavares got hurt, obviously, and you don't want to see that at all, regardless of what country or whatever. But he's trying to spin it as if Tavares didn't get hurt, we would have made a late push and made the playoffs, which anyone that's watched New York Islanders play this year can say that's not true. Now, again, mea culpa on the Thomas Vanek trade for me. I was sold on it when it happened. I thought it was a great move, and it's gotten worse and worse by the day. But, I give Snow credit for rolling the dice. Now, you got to save face on the season. Buffalo has their first-round pick either this year or next year. I think the Islanders are going to hold on to it this year. And the bottom line with me was when they traded that pick, I figured it's going to be between 15 and 20. This draft isn't that good. They'll be all right. But obviously, it's going to be a top 5 pick. They'll get an impact player. And the Islanders' perpetual rebuild goes on. Having said that, losing Tavares is big. I think he'll be back by training camp. That's what they're saying. I believe it usually. Well, they said Derrick Rose would have been back 2 years ago. He would have been back sooner than he was, obviously. I know, different sport, different injury, but it's the same, knee area. But going a step further, it's just, you don't want to see that happen again. It's bad for the NHL. Tavares is really coming to his own as a bona fide superstar. But, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't cry over sour grapes. You got to move on. The Islanders are going to blow this team up. Everything must go that isn't a young, valuable player. I think Grabner's on his way out. Vanek is good as gone. If they can get Nielsen or even Bailey, if they get quality assets back, I think those guys are all on their way out of town. And the Islanders rebuild, like I said. Last year they had more than a glimmer of hope. They went toe to toe with Pittsburgh in that 6-game series, and then you figured, all right, they're a team on the rise, some really young, talented players. They're playing in what's supposed to be a tough division, but the Metropolitan Division's been, subpar this season. And, when the Vanek trade went down right around my birthday was October 28th. It was either like the 27th, 28th. I said, all right, this is a young team. They're going to roll the dice to get a valuable sniper that's truly an elite player in the game at times. And it just went downhill from there. So what I'm pissed off about is Garth Snow playing this. The IOC owes a reimbursement because of the Tavares injury, season ticket holders, which obviously I don't think he's speaking literally. And the bottom line is, I think he owes a reimbursement to season ticket holders for the last 7 years. What are you putting out there, Garth? Really? Was it the Bruins got Brian Ralston and Mike Motto, they had Jay Pandolfo. They completely messed up Nino Niederreiter's development that season. That was 2011, 2012. Marty Friesner at one point. Jesus Christ, really? And now you're blaming the Olympic Committee. And this is the same guy that was critical of the Olympic Committee for Kyle Okposo not getting named to the team originally. So, not getting named Team USA at all, I should say. So, the guy wants it to be a two-way street. He's two-faced on a lot of things, and bottom line is he's an awful GM. Now, I think the organizational aptitude goes beyond just him. I'm not going to necessarily blame the coaches. It's just been a disaster. I think everyone on that team, not named John Tavares, has equal fault in this season, not going according to plan. And, we'll see what wholesale changes come this offseason, but I think they sign a goalie. I think they make a move they get some good defense from the organization, but is it worth letting those kids see it? Which I think it is. I think they'll let at least Reiner and a few other guys season. Pulak, I believe, is AHL eligible next season, and see what I'd give Strome a look with the rest of the season. Give him a tryout with Tavares out. He's your default de facto number 1 center. And I know he doesn't have. My dad always says when you have a great center and 2 subpar wings, he's a helicopter playing with no wings. But I think giving him a look on this team. I know it's not really, again, it's kind of a makeshift team going forward. The changes are going to be made in the next 10 to 14 days, but it's something. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's talking some sort of the power play with CJ on John Tavares' injury / Garth Snow's comments. Stay tuned for more episodes for the season and beyond. Later, guys.